Okay, hello everyone. Hello, welcome back to another AJ and Matt Chats episode. The force is strong today because I've got two Lukes. That's all I could think of. That's all I could come up with. The force being strong. So, sorry. So here we are, Sunday midday. So for the first time, both first timers, we've got Luke. From Luke's World of Movies and TV.
Hello, everyone.
And he's got his younger brother with him, Ryan, there.
Hello.
Hi, Ryan. And then also we've got the other Luke, who's directly below me, from Luke's Film Unboxings. How are you, Luke?
Very good.
Okay, so thank you for coming on. And also we've got Matt here as well. So what we'll do is I'll go to Luke Young, Luke 1, Luke's World of Movies and TVs. So Luke, tell us a little bit about your channel, about what you do, why you started it, and all this sort of thing. Now, obviously, I have put links to both of these channels in the actual heading, in the actual title of the video, where you can press on that link and it will take you to their channel. So obviously, go over and subscribe if you are not already, or if you have not already done so. So over to the younger Luke, because we're going to do it by age. The older Luke can wait.
Well, we started our channel because we wanted to do something that so me and Ryan just thought make a channel. Basically about movies. I do different stuff, Blu-ray hunts, short films and that. It's not. I don't know why I started. It's just because I wanted to do something, as I said. It's something that I like doing as well, and you can say your bit if you want.
I join his videos for comedic relief because if I wasn't in it, his videos would be bad.
It wouldn't be bad.
I agree, Ryan. I've seen Luke's offerings.
Yeah.
It's always uplifted when you're on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I have spoke to your mum as well, Luke.
Okay.
No, just to say we've had a little conversation. I asked her if you're okay with on the stream. Obviously, she was and that. So, so brilliant. So, and how long have you been doing it? Because you had your first channel, which I think you lost access to, and now you've got your second channel.
Well, I started my other channel, the Luke's Movies and TV one. We started that last year in August.
Yep.
And then I lost it, and then I lost that account in February because I accidentally deleted the account of that one.
Okay, all right.
So I've done this one, the Luke's World Movies and TV one, since February. So yeah, not that long, but
cool. Okay, so Luke from Luke, your other Luke, you're down in Yeovil, aren't you?
Yeah.
I've actually visited Yeovil a few times. I did do a Blu-ray hunt down there last year.
Awesome.
I went down for a weekend. It was all right. There's quite a few decent shops in your little town down there. I've also worked in Yeovil as well, so I do know the town. Nice. So your channel, what made you start? When did you start? Give us some background information, what you do on it and all that sort of thing.
Well, I started on the 3rd of March. And I filmed my first video on the 5th of March.
Okay, cool. And what got you into it? Why? What made you start up?
Just sort of a hobby, really. Something I'm really into films, and I thought I'd do it. You know.
Cool.
I thought I'd build up a collection and show all my films.
Yeah, why not? And why not? Is this your first live that you've been on?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got you on. You had some issues, some technical issues at the start, but fantastic that we got you on. And younger Luke, I had a question for you then that came off the back of that, but I'm drawing a blank. My mind's gone completely blank, and I don't know what it was.
That happens.
Yeah, I know.
Your age.
Oh, it is age. It is. I got called out for kept calling Star Wars Star Trek yesterday in one of my videos, apparently.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
But there we go. It is age. It is age. So let's just quickly have a scroll through the comments because what I've done for this video is I've asked the guests to bring along a film. Don't show it. Don't get excited yet. Just to bring a film from their collection to show that will incite a little bit of talk. I don't know what films that have been brought along. It could be a film that you love, a film that you hate, a film that you've recently watched, a film that, and see what we get out of talking about that film. Matt as well. How are you, Matt? Sorry, I didn't introduce you.
No, fine. Yeah.
Anything.
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Been to a car boot sale this morning.
Cool.
First one of the year. So, picked up a few little bits. So there'll be a video coming out hopefully later today once I've edited it all together.
Cool. I don't get to car boot sales. I don't know why. I just don't. So let's run through some comments before I come to my news section, which will incite a little bit of discussion as well. So we've got Nightcore Moon, who says this is going to be epic. Thank you, Nightcore Moon. I don't know who Nightcore Moon is. Does anyone know? Luke or Luke?
I think I know.
Okay, all right. So, Nightcore Moon, if you're not subbed to myself, Matt, or the other Luke, go do it. Can't wait to see our friend Luke's films unboxings. Okay, yes, I should have read the next comment. That would have answered that question for me, wouldn't it? There we go.
Back.
What about Nightcore Phase? I'm assuming that Nightcore Phase is linked a friend of yours as well, considering it's another Nightcore channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Too much of a coincidence otherwise. Oh, not long now, says Nightcore Moon. He was excited. Rob, how are you doing, Rob? Hope you're well.
You all right, mate?
Hello.
Good afternoon, guys. Looking forward to the stream. And Luke told me, this is young Luke, that he's actually on your chat tonight at 9 o'clock. So everyone can check that out as well. Fantastic. Is that your first time on that, Luke?
No. Oh, on Rother's Bounty it is.
Okay, cool. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Who's on with you? Anyone else or just you two? Just you three? Oh, okay. Yeah, Brian.
And obviously Lee.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else or is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Okay, Rob has asked a question. Thoughts on the next Fast and Furious film being in 3 parts? I did sort of hear this murmuring yesterday. I sort of ignored it. I personally enjoy most of them, but are they just milking the franchise now? Let's start with young Luke. Let's work our way around. Let's work our way around in age.
Okay. Well, I think that Fast X should be in 2 because they originally said it was going to be in 2 parts, didn't they?
That's right.
I thought that that was going to be amazing. But then in the trailer also, when they showed Jason Statham in the trailer, I'm thinking now that it's been in 3 parts. I think that he'll be in the last part, I think.
Yeah.
Do you want to say you a bit, Wayne, or what do you say?
I think he's totally stupid.
Do you?
Yeah,
Why?
because in no other Fast movie have they ever done this.
Yeah.
Like, it's understandable if you want the last one to be longer, bigger, and uncut. But why though?
Make more money.
Exactly, yeah. I think I'm just copying what Avengers did. Like, Infinity War and then Endgame. And copying off what most mainstream, like, known stuff like DC, Marvel. And just copying off them because they want more views.
Yeah.
And want more runtime and watch time.
Well, it is a business. It is a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. You have to take that into account,
and the business is to make money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Free. What about you, Luke from Yeovil? I've got to come out with better names for these.
Are we talking about the Fast and Furious films?
Yeah, the fact that we've now got a 3-parter for the end. Fast X was going to be 2 films. Now it's 3 films.
I think they're good, and it's good that they're carrying on. Making more Yeah,
Cool. Cool. So you're a fan of them.
I do like them. Yeah.
Do you have a favourite one?
Ooh. I like all of them, but the one of them that was more inventive, I think, would be the Tokyo Drift one.
Okay,
That is
fair
more.
Yeah, that's the best one, I think.
Yeah.
Well, all right, well, there we go. We got someone who agrees. Matt, what's your take on the FF movies and the three-parter? And what's your favourite one? Do you have one?
Well, I have to admit, the only one I've ever seen,
Oh, here we go.
I haven't seen all of it, the whole lot. I've seen bits. Is Tokyo Drift.
All right, fair enough.
Tokyo's the best one.
Did pick up a couple of copies. I think got 7, 6 maybe, but I've not got round to watching them. I have to admit, from what I've seen of trailers, they all kind of seem to be the same kind of thing each time. So yeah, I'll get round to watching them, but it's not a franchise I've sort of delved into as
Yeah,
of yet.
same with me, to be honest.
Yeah, with me, I've obviously I've seen them all. I've got them all. I wasn't a fan of the earlier ones. I don't care much for the early days of it. I'll be honest. I preferred it when it became stupid and over the top. Popcorn action. I can just switch it on, switch my brain off, and just watch nonsense on screen. Really. I think my favourite one would be Hobbs and Shaw, just because in my mind I can separate it from the others, whereas they do mulge together. Also, it's my most watched because it's not, because it's outside the continuity of the main stories. I suppose I find it easier to digest. As for them splitting the last lot into 3 parts, like I said, yes, it's down to money. They know it's coming to an end. They want that box office bank.
Yeah.
It's Universal, isn't it, that do the
Yeah.
Fast and
I
Furious film?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Universal.
They know that when it comes to an end, this a revenue stream has ended essentially. So let's make that free and try and stretch that money out a bit longer.
Yeah.
It's just business at the end of the day. Nightcore Face says, my friend is taking part in this stream. Nightcore Moon says, our friend from college is Luke Film Unboxings. Cool. Fantastic. Hurry up, I want to see our friend. Well, we're here now. XD, I can't wait to watch this. Same. Good afternoon, guys. Retro Girls, hello. How are you doing?
Hello, Retro Girls.
How's your car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was bad, though, that.
They had an accident.
What
did you have? Nice. Yeah, I got too hungry. There's a lot of comments that I can sort of, yay, nice. Nightcore Phase. Ooh, hello. Yeah, Luke Films Unboxing. Wow. I'm going to have to skip some of these comments, sorry, because they're just people saying hello to one another. Richard Vustan, how are you doing?
Hi, Richard.
Evening. Afternoon, I mean.
And we've got Dr. Otto Octavius.
Hello.
This is the young fella who's got an obsession with Dr. Octopus and whether he died at the end
tell by his name.
Spider-Man 2 or not. I did see a message from your mum in there, actually, somewhere, Luke. I don't know if I've passed by it.
Okay.
From Kel. Oh, no, there she is. Hello. How are you doing,
Hello,
Kel?
Mum.
Hope you're well.
Hello, mommy.
Stop it.
Hey, AJ, popping in to say hi. Hope you have a good stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, here's a question for everyone. Jaws. What's your favourite movie? I've answered. Jaws. Luke. Young Luke. Young Luke and Brian. Who's going? Sorry.
Who's going?
Go on, Luke. Young Luke. You and Ryan
Okay.
go.
My favourite movie probably have to be. I'm trying to look at my collection, see what I got there. Free Guy.
What? Sorry, what film?
Free Guy.
Free Guy. Okay,
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. You want to say yours?
Oh, I really like Terminator 2.
Okay.
By far, the best. All of it.
Choice.
Amazing.
I've done a topical video on that.
You did.
I'm
Yes.
jealous of your head in your room as well. I'm really
Oh,
am.
my
And your
Terminator.
Caesar.
I've got a couple actually.
Man, I'm jealous.
Luke in Yeovil Luke. What have you got as a favourite film? Do you have one?
Oh, favorite movie? The Mask.
What the Jim
Oh
Carrey?
yeah,
Scary.
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
That was amazing.
Do you know the origins of that film?
Yes, I do know that they originally made the comics.
That's right.
First.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah.
It was a lot darker in tone than what you get in the film. It's not as comedic. It's a tad more violent and satirical than what the film done. Yeah. All right. Cool. Mask. Interesting. Matt.
Shawshank Redemption.
There we go. I actually saw a stage play of that once. Of Shawshank. It wasn't as good. So anyway, I want to jump into some news that I've picked up. Okay. Look at that.
Wow. This
No
must be
expense
urgent.
spared.
I know. I couldn't. I'm not good enough to do like video cutaways and that, so I have to get a bit of paper and write news. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard this news. It's a bit shocking. It's a bit sad as well. But Dolph Lundgren has been diagnosed. Well, it turns out that he's been fighting cancer for the past 8 years, since 2015.
No.
They found cancerous tumours on his kidney. Obviously, he's 65 years old. He had treatment in 2015, and it seemed to go into admission. Is that the right word?
Remission.
Remission. Where it went away, and he only had to have tests every 6 months, and then a yearly. And then in 2020, he was suffering with severe acid reflux. He had an MRI scan done, and they found more tumours down in his sort of stomach area.
Not good.
Obviously, he has been filming here in London in 2021. He was filming Expendables and the new Aquaman. So I'm surprised no one heard of that news. No.
No, I haven't heard of that news at all.
That's really sad.
Yeah. So Dolph Lundgren, for me, he's an action icon from
Yeah, he is. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
80s. And it is sad to hear. It's shocking to hear. 8 years he's been fighting this in silence. Outside of his family, silence, and he's just come out and told us. I know there's not much we can say about that, really, is there? Hopefully
it's life, isn't it?
It is. Hopefully, obviously, he gets the best of medical care that
Yeah, of
they
course.
can give, and hopefully, they can remove it, whatever's there now, and then there'd be no sign. But I don't know. It's sad. Do we have a favourite Dolph Lundgren film? If
Rocky 4.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Rocky 4.
Okay, Luke.
Amazing.
I guess Rocky 4. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yay!
All right, Matt.
I'll be different. Universal Soldier.
That's a good film.
Ooh.
Can anyone guess mine?
Punisher.
The Punisher.
But yeah, no, it's sad news because I like Dolph, and obviously he is
Yeah.
appearing. He's appearing at the London Film and Comic Con in
He is, yeah.
June. Is it June or July? I don't know if this will now mean that he has to cancel that, but it is a shame. It certainly is. So my next news segment is the Disney CEO. Now this has been forwarded to me by Kieran Nielsen, who is a long time watcher and commenter, and I talked to him. apparently it's been announced that Disney CEO, Disney Plus are going through a content cleanup, as in they're going to start removing stuff from Disney Plus.
That's surprising.
This comes from fandomwire.com, and obviously it's all to do with money again at the end of the day. Money saving. I don't know how. There must be some reason why if you remove something it saves money. I don't know how. Now, honestly, I don't think that this will affect any sort of mainstream content that
No, of course, yeah.
that we watch, like the Star Wars, the Marvel, etc., etc. But is it worrying? Is it a pointing towards obviously stuff not being released to physical media, and in turn forcing people towards bootleg again?
Mm.
Do we have any thoughts on that? Anyone?
I think greedy. It's greedy. It really is.
Why? Why is that? Tell me why.
Because most of these movies on Disney Plus and whatever mainstream streaming channel you may go on, but most of these places are now deleting old content which isn't being updated into, like, say, another movie or another season, and they don't give it a chance.
No, they don't.
No channel give it a chance.
No.
Like, well, if it's something you're really, really into, and they'll just put it away.
So, what would you be sad to see go? If there was...
probably most old movies,
Yeah.
like mainly I don't know. You name one.
What?
Because there's some old movies on Disney Plus which are very heartbreaking to see go. It really is.
Probably. I don't know. I don't even
I
have.
can't even name one.
I can't even name one because I don't know. Because I just watch shows on Disney Plus.
What kind of discussion is this? You can't name one.
I don't know.
Peach Dragon, Dead Knobs and Broomsticks.
There we go. There's two classics.
Sorry
I
about
don't
this.
think that would go anywhere, but yeah, it would be sad to see that sort of thing go.
Definitely.
Certainly would. Like I said, at the moment, I don't think it's going to affect our the stuff that we watch, the mainstream stuff, but
No.
it's just indicative of and a reflection of, you know, that streaming platform, the you know, and the need for physical media, because once
No,
it's taken away, we can't watch it.
If anything, they should be adding content. I mean, if you look at
Definitely.
the star part of Disney Plus, yeah, there's a lot of 20th Century Fox films on there. Well, I say there's a lot. There isn't really. Considering you're paying a subscription, you know, you can pretty much go through all of their films on that section in about 10 minutes. I think they should actually be adding more content, not taking it off.
Of course, I
because
agree.
This is true.
all you're going to do is, well, people are going to say, oh, I'm not subscribing to this if you're going to be taking content off.
Mm.
You know, where's the value in it for me?
I totally agree.
No.
Fair point.
Okay, so Nightcore Moon. I've got a couple more news bits or questions that I want on casting, but we'll come back to that. What do you all think about Marvel films?
I think it's a hot take, really. Me personally, I prefer them, but for some people, it's like, nah. But for others, nah. They just totally discard it. But I think most of them, all right. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that was really brought back Marvel. I think that's
Good lad.
amazing.
Totally agree. Luke, young Luke,
Are
you a lover
I
of
actually like Marvel. I think I liked Marvel since I was a kid, so I've basically been, because I think that Marvel are better than DC now. But yeah, Marvel. My favorite Marvel film would probably be like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because I agree with Ryan. It brought back, that was definitely Marvel again, because you missed that since Endgame, and well, most of the stuff after that haven't been that good, but it brought it back to me. It brought Marvel back.
Yes, it
Guardians
did.
did.
Yes.
Cool. Luke from Yeovil. What are
Yes,
your...
I definitely agree. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 definitely bring the Marvel story back definitely.
Do you not think that might just be a blip? Because being James Gunn, carrying over from the trilogy that he brought us in Marvel, do you think that with the next Marvel film, it's just going to go back to what we've had prior? You know, the sort of lackluster attempts that we've been getting. What's next? It's Miss Marvel, isn't it? Isn't that the next film, or is there something else in
The
between?
Marvels.
The Marvels.
The
I think.
Marvels is the next Marvel film.
And the next DC one is The Flash, which
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to.
So, Matt, your opinion on Marvel these days?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I collected all the Infinity Saga, and you know, it was a fantastic series of films. But unfortunately, as with a lot of superhero films, we're getting that fatigue. I think we just had
Yeah, of
too much all at once. Phase 4 has been up and down. You know, I enjoyed Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I actually quite enjoyed Ant-Man. I know for a lot of people they didn't enjoy that, but I didn't mind it. Not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet, but it sounds good, and I'm sure I will enjoy it. So yeah, it's been very up and down. So
yes, I think the bubbles burst. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question that's on the table, and this time we'll go to Luke in Yeovil for this, and then work round to young Luke. So, can you remember the first Blu-ray you ever bought?
Oh, the first Blu-ray I ever bought.
Yeah, first Blu-ray.
So I Married an Axe Murderer, Mike Myers.
Really? Can I ask why? Yeah. What made you buy that? Why was that your first purchase?
It was a birthday present.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's the first one that you've got. All right, fair enough. Cool. Okay. Do you like that film? I've never seen it.
It's really good. It really is good.
Anyone else seen that?
No.
Yeah, I've never seen that film for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Luke and Ryan, let's see what's your first ever Blu-ray? Can you remember?
I think my first ever movie that I bought was Star Wars Rogue One. That's my first Blu-ray that I ever bought.
Okay. Cool.
Good film and good film in it. It's a good like a short thing in it. I think like a solo thing. Before
it's just like a standalone film.
Before like Empire Strikes Back in it, and that ship.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain all the plot.
No,
Just a quick answer.
That's all right. You can explain the plot to me. It's been a while since I've seen it. No, it's a good film. I took my daughter to see it. I dragged her into it. She was bored stiff.
Because it's made Andor now, isn't it? It's just the same kind of style, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. Matt, do you remember your first ever Blu-ray purchase?
No, but I can remember one of the earlier titles that I bought, which was Casino Royale. Obviously, that was a Sony release. Obviously, they were pushing the format very heavily at the time, and it was a fantastic demo disc back in 2007, I think it was 2008. So yeah, it was probably one of the first Blu-rays that I bought that I can remember.
I honestly can't remember. I cannot remember for the life of me of the first Blu-ray I bought. DVD.
The amount of films you have.
Yeah, DVD. I remember my first ever DVD, which was Species 2 in 1998. I remember that. It was a Region 1 import. And I bought it before I had the player. I want to say, when did Blu-ray start? When did they come about?
2007 or 6, something like that.
Was it? Okay. I can't, for the life of me, I cannot recall. Sorry. Okay. Moving on to Dr. Otto Octavius, who's fishing for an answer here. Okay, so what's your favourite Spider-Man movie from each of the trilogies then? So 3 films, 1 from each trilogy. Let's go with...
well, the whole trilogy except 1.
Well, Ryan's jumped in and he's taken first spot, so let's go.
Right.
my best.
Oh wait, Thingy weren't a trilogy. Sorry, Garth. Oh wait, Toby trilogy and Andrew. Andrew didn't have a trilogy. Sorry, I'm just thinking there. Go on, I've interrupted you.
My favourite movie is, I think,
Your favourite trilogy. You gotta name your favourite trilogy.
favourite trilogy.
Favourite trilogy.
I think Tobey Maguire trilogy. It's a good one.
Yeah, do you have a favourite film from that trilogy?
Third.
The third one with Venom and Sandman.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
I think for its time, it was amazing.
All right, and do you have
Really
a
good.
favourite? Because the Andrew Garfield didn't get a trilogy.
No, yeah.
No.
But that is a good film, though.
But what about Tom Holland? Do you have a favourite one from his 3 films?
I think Far From Home's my best one.
Okay. Young Luke?
I like the Tobey Maguire, and then my favourite film will probably be Spider-Man 2.
From that series?
And then Tom Holland will have to be No Way Home.
Okay, all right, cool. Luke? Have a Luke.
Oh, my favourite Alien film.
No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man films. Oh,
But back in one
Tobey
second,
Maguire and
okay.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, what's your favourite film from each of theirs?
There's, probably the first one, the first Spider-Man film.
Okay, all right, cool. Matt, do you have a favourite from each trilogy?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire.
Matt, I agree with that.
Now, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I actually quite like that. And I know that's controversial, and you think, why? Yes, it's got a lot of characters, but it's just Andrew Garfield's performance in that, with the Gwen Stacy death scene, that whole segment where he's sitting at the graveside. I just think that's fantastic. It's not just a quick one and done. It's done over, it spans over several months, and you can see his grief. And I thought that scene elevated the film for me. Yes, it's got its faults, but I quite liked Electro.
Yeah, he's good Venom.
Yeah, the others, I wasn't that fussed on, but yeah, those 2 points for me. And probably, No Way Home for me. I thought it was nice to see all the Spider-Men come together.
Good pick.
Okay, cool. I like I said, from the Toby trilogy, it's Spider-Man 2. I think that's the strongest. As you know, I can't watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 anymore. I can't get to the end of it. I find it to be quite a bad film, to be honest. And a lot of the plots go nowhere because we didn't get a third one. I'm left hanging with a lot of stuff, and that really bugs me. However, Andrew Garfield's performance is second to none. I think he's the best.
Yeah, of course.
The best actor to have ever portrayed Spider-Man. I'm not saying he's the best Spider-Man or the best Peter Parker. I think there's elements to each of them that,
of course,
give you their own. I like that about him. I like that about him. I like that about him, sort of thing. And it's a tough call for the final trilogy. The MCU trilogy. I don't know what I would go with, honestly. I know everyone loved Spider-Man No Way Home. I think I've only ever watched it once. I just can't bring myself to rewatch it for some reason. I don't know why, but there we go. So let's have a little talk before we move on in the comments. Let's have a talk about. Let me read that. Let me put up some banners. There we go. Look. Okay, so let's talk about a bit of casting news or rumor, shall we? So obviously, and I've raised this before, the Jonathan Majors stuff. Kang the Conqueror. He's been a bit of a naughty boy, hasn't he? Yeah. So latest rumor, latest name in the running for a replacement is John Boyega.
Okay.
I've heard that. Yeah.
What do we think of that? Let's go with Luke first. John Boyega as the new Kang the Conqueror.
Oh I think he did a good job playing that part. Definitely.
It could be. It's probably just a rumor. Probably won't come to pass, but that's the rumor. You know what I mean? It's just a rumored that he's in the running, but things go nowhere. But it's worth talking about. So you think John Boyega would make a good Kang? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Ryan, what do you think? Where's your brother gone?
I don't know.
Well, hopefully
I think he might play a good part, but I did prefer Jonathan Majors.
yeah.
I really did. So I think it would be kind of lost without him. But then again, though, it was only in one movie, so don't rule him that fast. But I think the other guy, he looks in the part to play it, so he looks really, really good. He might fit it well.
Yeah,
He
cool.
really will.
He was in Loki as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors, I mean, yeah. Matt, what are your thoughts on John Boyega?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he's obviously been in the sequel trilogy, obviously as a good guy. Wasn't he in Attack the Block? I think he was in that. I haven't seen that film, but not really seen him in a role where he's kind of playing the sort of baddie, as it were. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see his take on it, and yeah, because there is rumours that he might be coming back into another Star Wars film, isn't there, as well? I mean, again, he was kind of built up in The Force Awakens as being the next Luke, but it never really panned out, did it? So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's perfectly capable of giving a good performance. But yeah, like you say, it's only a rumour. So
yeah, I think he's as capable as the next person. I don't think Kang should ever have removed his mask anyway. Knowing, if you know him from the comics, it never sat well with me anyway, but it don't really bother me. And the next rumour on casting is for Superman. And it's Nicholas Hoult.
Okay. Beast.
Yes.
The new X-Men.
What are our thoughts on Nicholas Hoult? Obviously, he's recently been in Renfield.
Well, he's English.
He was in Mad Max.
He's English. He's got a younger look, hasn't he? So yeah. I mean, he's played another Marvel character, which we've seen with other actors. You see Ryan Reynolds, Captain America guy. He's played two parts, hasn't he? So yeah, possible.
Okay. Ryan, what are your thoughts on that?
I think he might suit it. Even though I did like Henry Cavill because he was more gritty and more himself. But I think that Nicholas Hoult will play a pretty good part. He played a good part in all the X-Men. He really nailed it. It was amazing. So I think maybe he'll play a really, really good part.
Cool. And Luke?
I think he'll do a great part as playing these Superman. It's just a good choice.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on him as a. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. He's not a bad actor. There's nothing about him. I find him to be very flat individual. There's nothing that it doesn't grab the screen for me.
I think he needs to bulk up as well. He really would need to.
I'm sure
down to the gym.
So where's Ryan? Is your brother coming back?
Don't know where he is. He should be.
All right. Let's have a look where we're at. How many DVDs do you own in your collection? Let's go with Luke first.
Many.
Loads.
What?
Lots.
Loads of movies.
All right. Ryan, how many have you and your brother got?
It's too many to count.
A lot. Matt, how many you got? A lot.
No
What's
idea.
that? You went through your DVDs, didn't you? And said that you got more than what you thought.
Yeah. Well, I'm currently filming entire DVD collection. So that's going to be coming out later in the year. I filmed up to about part 5 or part 6. Probably only halfway there. Yeah, so trying not to make it too long videos.
Yeah.
It's got to be in the hundreds.
Yeah, I've got loads. Most of them are DVD wise. Most of them are TV now. I've lost count.
Finally, where you got been?
All right. What do you think about comedy films? They're good when they work.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyone got any? Has anyone got a favourite comedy?
Oh, Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, all right. Luke,
It's amazing.
There
I'm
are
back
so many of comedy films that I love. So many.
okay, can you name one?
The Mask, Liar Liar.
I thought you might have said The Mask because it is a comedy and it's your favourite film. That makes sense. So, other Luke, young Luke, we've got Dumb and Dumber from your brother. What's your favourite comedy?
My favourite comedy will probably be what's that comedy film?
You're not talking the collection, just in general.
Oh, okay. Free Guy, because that's like a comedy film in it. Free Guy.
Matt, do you have one? Comedy awards often.
I love all the Carry On films. They're great. I couldn't say a particular one. No, I can't think of a particular one, but all the Carry-Ons are always good fun.
I think one of my favourites is Austin Powers.
Okay.
I tend to watch. I can't watch one without watching all 3. I have to if I watch the first one, I have to do them all back to back.
Yeah.
Usually over about 2 days, 2 in one day and then one the next. I don't know. I think they're great.
Crazy as well. Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Those two, they did about 3 or 4 films together, and they're classics. Love those films.
Yeah. See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ian here. Ian, hi Ian. How you doing?
Hello, Ian.
Hello.
Ian's doing very well with his channel at the moment.
He is, yeah.
Nice. Good on him.
Fantastic growth on there, which is great to see. He recently hit 400 subs. And if you're watching and still watching, you haven't subbed to anyone that's on here at the moment, 2 Lukes, then their links are in the actual title of the video. So go and sub, and obviously to Matt as well, but I'm guessing that's probably the case already. But there we go. So yes, so Ian says, I know we've spoke a bit about this. Is Guardians 3 the last good Marvel movie?
Yes.
It's a bit of it's a question I can't answer because
Yeah,
we don't know. We don't know what's to come.
Yeah, there might be better ones.
We don't know, do we?
No.
It's got an unanswerable question.
For now, it's probably will be the last good Marvel movie for now, but it's in the future it probably won't be. It'll probably be a different one. But for now, it's the good Marvel movie now.
Yeah, I agree. Luke, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it was good. It was a good film. Now, this is a bit, this question here, what is the best DC collection to get? Now, I'm assuming that we're talking film here. So let's sort of break that question down and say, if you've got someone who hasn't ever watched DC films and you had to recommend a group of films to them, a trilogy, a set of films, what would you recommend to go and watch first off? Let's make it that easy. That will get to the answer.
Who's going first?
Let's go.
Batman.
Yeah, Luke. Who said Batman?
Me.
Okay, all right. So Luke jumped in there first. So wait, with Batman, what Batman are we talking? What would you?
1989 Batman.
Okay, so just that film, or the first 2, or the whole 4-film series?
Yeah, the whole films. I think the whole that trilogy.
Okay, all right, cool. Quadrilogy, the 4 of them, including Forever and Robin. Cool. Okay, Luke and Ryan, what would you point people towards?
I recommend the. I'm the same with Lucas of unboxings. I'll go with that one.
Okay, all right. Ryan, you got?
I recommend the original 4 Superman. That's a good starter.
Yes.
Cool.
Not
Good
my
call.
best.
Matt, I like that. I like that call. That's a good one. What would you say, Matt?
I think the most popular would be the Dark Knight trilogy. However, I like Man of Steel. I like the extended cut of Batman v Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I'll say those 3.
Okay.
But the popular choice would probably be the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, and that's the way.
Yeah, by far.
That's what I'd go as a recommendation: the Dark Knight trilogy.
By far.
Fantastic films.
But yeah, I haven't got to skip over. What decent? We already done that. We covered that in this question. What do you think about Disney films?
Hot take.
Why?
Some people like it, some people don't. But I prefer them, to be honest.
Disney films, like the cartoon ones. Isn't it?
Do you like the new remakes they're making? Like Lion King remake, Beauty and the Beast, all that?
I don't actually like Beauty and the Beast. I don't like them musical ones. I'm not into musical cartoons.
My favourite Disney film, Beauty and the Beast. It's the best. No, it is, seriously. It's my favourite animated Disney film. Anyone else got any opinions on Disney and their films?
I do. I think that when Disney because they made the Lion King, didn't they? The live action Lion King. I think that was a good film. That's probably my favourite, and that's my favourite one, probably from Disney. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Luke over in Yeovil, over to you. What do you think of Disney films?
I love all Disney films.
You what, sorry?
Disney live action.
Cool.
Yeah.
Matt?
I'm not big into Disney. Yeah, I don't mind the odd one now and again, but can't say I've got a favourite really. I used to watch them sort of, with my daughter when she was younger, but yeah, it's not really not that fussed.
Okay, cool. So we're going to do one more question, then we'll go into what films you've picked to talk about.
Okay.
Not yet. So first of all, Rob, over at Rob Affects Bounty, says, well, it's not really a question, is it? Finally get to see a live action Unicron in a Transformers movie. It's like being a kid again. Okay, so Unicron is a character from the, I think it was 1985, was it? The animated Transformers movie, which was the big one, voiced by Orson Welles, I believe, that transformed into a planet, and it was a planet killer, planet eater. They did tease it at the end of The Last Night when you saw the things poking out of the earth. But obviously this film takes a different narrative direction, and it ain't a follow-on from that. So does anyone remember that? Does anyone know the character of Unicron or no?
I remember him, some parts.
Yeah. What do you remember? Where have you seen the Transformers animated one then, Ryan?
Only snippets.
Okay, all right, cool. What about you, Luke?
Yes, I have. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so you know the character of Unicron.
Can't remember. Haven't seen it in a while.
No, fair enough.
It is good though.
Sorry?
It is good though.
All right. Matt?
No, I've never watched the animated movie. Obviously, I've just watched the Michael Bay films, and yeah, I mean they're all good characters that have been shown throughout the movies. So I'm sure this Unicron will be equally as entertaining.
Well, yeah, Unicron's a massive. He's essentially like Galactus of
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
of
That's what I thought when you said planet eating. I thought, oh, sounds like
Yeah.
Galactus.
he's a giant robot, massive, big, transforms into a planet. When you first see him, he is a planet in the animated film, and then you see him, he transforms later on. And yeah, I agree. It's seeing Unicron in live action, well, as live action as you want to call it, it's still animated, isn't it? It's like a dream come true as a kid and a fan of the Transformers era. It's brilliant. I'm really looking
They are
forward to it.
making a nice Transformers set, aren't they? They're making a new Transformers set, Steelbook.
They are,
they
yeah. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Are you tempted?
Yeah.
You are. Yes. We were talking about that yesterday, actually, weren't we, Matt?
We were.
Yeah.
But you'll find that the new Steelbook for the new film won't match that set because
No.
they do that deliberately.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's got to feel under, sort of lacking, isn't it, with the new film?
Yeah.
There we go. So anyway, let's go to Luke and Ryan first. So let's have a look at what film. I asked people to sort of choose a film, bring it along, and we'll have a little discussion about the film and our
I have a
memory.
good explanation for one we have.
Oh, you've made Matt happy. Matt's going to have to go and choose something else now.
So I'm going to give an explanation about it.
Go on then. Talk about this film for me. Why you chose it.
I chose it because it might be weird, but I don't think it's like any other film that I've watched. Like, it isn't mentioned in some other films, like the aspect of simulation and different stuff happening, and it's just, I think it's a surreal movie. You don't really know what will happen. You only know what will happen if you watch it. It's one of those movies where you're really intrigued and you just really want to watch them all in one sitting. It's just one of those movies. It's just amazing. It really is. It's gold. It is gold. It really is. It's amazing.
Fantastic effect.
Okay, I do remember going to cinema to see it when it came out. Luke, was that your pick as well, or do you have a different one than your brother? If you do, we'll come back to it in a minute.
That's my pick. I just picked that one.
Okay, so when did you two first see it? When did you get introduced to the Matrix? Can you remember?
About 2 years ago. Maybe first was the first one.
Have you seen all four? Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of the final?
I think that out of all four, I think the fourth one wasn't that good. I think the first one was better because after the first one, I think it went a bit off course. Like they didn't know what they was doing. So yeah, I think I have to go with the first one. I think that's my best one out of the four films.
I like first, second, and fourth.
Okay, so Luke film unboxings. We'll come back to you in a minute, right? Because Matt's itching to talk now because he loves this film.
I do, yeah.
Now, Matt, was this the film that you grabbed, or have you grabbed something different? All right, good. Okay, so let's talk about your thoughts on the Matrix, your experience with it. When did you first see it, etc. And tell us how many copies of it you've got. Go on.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I went to see it at the cinema back in, what was it, 99? I think it was. Yeah, just blown away by the effects and the bullet time. Well, I think it had been done before, but we hadn't seen it really in a big blockbuster film. And for me, it was the first time I saw it, and just absolutely fantastic. And I actually quite like the sequels. As a trilogy, I think it's a good, it rounds off nicely. The fourth film, they shouldn't have done it. There was no need to, because the characters, spoilers, the characters at the end kind of died.
No, I've not seen it. I switched it off. They die at the end of the fourth one. Do they really?
Yeah. No, I mean.
No, do they?
Yeah, it was nice to see. It was nice to see Keanu Reeves return. I think if they'd have brought back guy who played Morpheus and Agent Smith. They'd got those actors back. I think it would have been a better film. Although I just felt like they were kind of, it just felt rushed, and they'd had many years to make fantastic follow up, and it just felt like it was rushed, and it was like the studio wanted it, but the director didn't really, didn't give it enough time. But yeah, I own about 6 copies of it on different formats, DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K.
So,
it's crazy, really crazy.
Let's just backtrack again. So they die at the end of the 4th one. Is that what you said?
No, the 3rd one. They die at the end of the 3rd one.
All right, cool.
Well,
no, 3rd one I've seen. 4th one I've not seen.
Neo and Trinity both die at the end of the 3rd one.
Yeah, I can't remember that. It's been so long.
Well, I mean, Neo kind of goes with the, whatever it is that. But yeah, it was just, there was no need to revisit it. It rounded off perfectly. But like I say, it's money, isn't it? At the end of the day,
it is.
They wanted to make some more.
They did. So, Luke, what's your opinion on the Matrix as a franchise, as a film? When did you first see it, etc.?
Well, the first time I saw it was I had a Blu-ray set and I watched all of them and I thought they were really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah. The 3rd one was, the effects was improving, I guess, in the movie.
Yes.
The 3rd one.
So, and what about the 4th one itself, the newer one that came out a year ago, or however long it was?
What's funny is about that, I haven't seen that one yet.
Cool. I switched it off.
I have the post of it, but I haven't got the actual. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I don't think you're missing much. From what I've heard, I can't say I've not seen. I saw about 10 minutes and thought, no, this is enough of this. I didn't like it. Okay, so Luke, what film did you pick for the to discuss? Luke films unboxings. That is.
Oh, what film should I discuss?
Yeah, what film did you bring? When I said grab a film, and we'll talk about the film that you picked. What have you picked? I would have actually
that's a good pick.
Is that 4K or Blu-ray?
It's a Blu-ray limited edition set.
It's a nice one. I've got that.
Cool.
I think I only have the first one.
So talk to us about that film, Luke. Why did you pick that? Tell us, what did you grow up on? Tell us some history of you and that film and why you picked that film.
Well, throughout some of my videos, I have been wearing the Out of Time Back to the Future hat, and I thought I'd bring it in the films.
Okay. When did you first see the films?
Oh, years ago. 2014, the first time I watched this film.
Okay. And do you have a favourite of the trilogy? Do you have the least favourite of the trilogy?
Nothing can beat the first film, but I did like all 3 of them. I think they did a good job with all 3 of them.
But is there
carried
one
on a good story throughout all the films?
That they did. But is there one you like least of all? There must be one that you think this isn't as good as the other 2.
I guess the first one. Because the first one started it all.
Okay, that's the best. Yeah. But what about the worst?
The worst?
Yeah. Not saying the worst. There's not a worst. The worst is the wrong word to use because they're all great films. What's the weakest one for you? Weakest, probably a better term to use.
3rd one.
Okay. Cool.
Even though all of them were good.
Yeah, they are all good. Luke and Ryan, what do you think of those films?
I think for most people, it's very nostalgic, but I really like most of them. I like as Luke said, I just like the 2. The number 3 is okay, but a bit stale. It was a bit, it's hard to explain. What about you?
I didn't really get into Back to the Future really. I wasn't really that keen by it because I just couldn't get into it and that. But if I had to pick one of them that are my favourite film, I could only the only one I could get into is this number one. There was two I couldn't get into them because I just turned them off after 10 minutes because I couldn't watch it.
That's fair enough. I mean, art, film is art, and art is subjective. We don't all like the same stuff. So, fantastic. Stick with that opinion. If you don't like something, be truthful to yourself and say, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Always the best thing to do. Don't go along with the crowds just because they like it.
No.
So, Matt.
What, are we still talking Back to the Future?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the first one is probably the best, but I do actually really like the second film because obviously it shows elements of the first film. Now, I know you've said you feel that it dips in a place for you, the second film, but no, yeah, go on.
So you're spoiling my bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the second one. The third is fun. Yeah, it's probably not as good. I mean, it was shot back to back, wasn't it, with the second one?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it's fun, but you can. I just hope that they. I mean, obviously Michael J. Fox with his condition and that, I would find it be difficult for him to do another one. I just hope that they don't ever do it because it's a nice trilogy. They're all fun films, but yeah, don't go there again. Do a cartoon. They did a cartoon, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, there was a cartoon series.
But I'm surprised that somebody hasn't said, "Oh, let's do a remake," or
And interesting, there was comic books as well. And I do have a comic book where they team. It's a Transformers and Back to the Future crossover.
Wow.
Oh.
And I do have a car upstairs. I do have a transforming.
That must cost a bit.
Yeah, it's called. The character's name's called Gigawatt, and it transforms into a robot.
How much was it?
Sorry.
How much was it?
What, the transforming car? I don't know, maybe 22 quid or something. Like normal sort of transformer price, about yay big, I suppose. It's still in the box. Never taken it out of the box.
Yeah.
Transformed it. But there we go. So for me, yes, it's a great trilogy of films. I grew up on them as a kid. First one, well, I say now I was about 11 when that came out. Or, no, was I? 1985. About 9 when that came out, actually. And it was one of those films that I'd watch daily. I remember seeing the second one at cinema and the third one at the cinema. Third one always, for a while, seemed the weakest to me. But then later on, it's the second one that's the weakest.
Yeah.
Just simply because there's a point for me in the film where if I was watching the film, I could say to you, at this second here, I switch off. I now switch off from this film, and I'm now no longer interested in anything in it until this point. And this is the point at which we're introduced to, when they're in the future at the beginning, the point where they go into Marty's house, and you're introduced to the characters there in the house and the upside down father and all that sort of stuff, or grandfather now. I switch off there and I don't come back round until they're on the top of Biff Tannen's hotel in the alternate
Trump Tower.
Yeah. That's when I come back. The film comes back to life for me. And I like the third one because it juxtaposes the story between Marty and the Doc, where Doc's now the main central focus of the story and not Marty, and it's about him and but
it is really good. It really is good. I have got to say that there is a new recent documentary of Michael J. Fox called Still, which looks really good.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that coming.
Yeah.
I could make a joke there, but I won't because I'll be a very evil person. I can't go there, sorry.
No.
What's it called? Still.
Still, yeah.
As in Still. Steel, or steel as in metal, like STEEL. I think it's STII. Yeah, it's quite an ironic title. Really. That's me being so evil. Sorry. That's just that sixth sense of humour coming into play. So let's go to Matt now. Matt, you've brought a film along that isn't Matrix.
Yeah.
And what film are you showing and why? And
War of the
okay,
Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Okay.
I watched this last night.
Ooh.
First time I actually watched it on 4K.
Amazing.
Surprisingly enough, it's a Paramount release.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic transfer and sound. You've got Dolby Vision and Atmos on here. And yeah, great time with this film
It's
last night.
amazing.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah. It's a great retelling of the original H.G. Wells classic. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah,
I bet that's good on
for
4K.
a few years. Yeah, it's a really good transfer. I mean, Paramount of late, their 4Ks have been very hit and miss, but I'll definitely recommend that one on 4K. Yeah, it's really good.
So did you see that first came out? Did you see it in the cinema?
I don't think I saw it in the cinema, but I definitely had it on Blu-ray. I mean, I've got the Steelbook, the Zavvi Steelbook that came out. It's nice embossing and debossed border. So yeah, I really enjoyed the film. It's been some years since I revisited it, and yeah, I thought, oh, what's that last night? So yeah, I thought, share my thoughts today.
Yeah, that's sort of inspired me to rewatch it. I ain't watched that for a while. What do you think of the original version, the 1950? What year was it? I don't know. 1950s version of the film. Have you seen that?
Many years ago. I can't remember a lot about it. I think it was very much, obviously, of that time. What I would like to see is a modern version, well, a new film, but like set in Victorian times, like the original H.G. Wells story novelization was. Yeah. I know they did it. They've done several TV series of it as well, haven't they? But I would like to see a movie length original, of the novel. Yeah, I think it would be done very well.
They have done the Tom Cruise movie, haven't they, of the War of the Worlds? Is it?
That's the
I think
one.
that's the best one.
That's the one.
That's the one Matt's showing. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
You got Tim Robbins as well. He's in it.
That's right.
From The Shawshank. He's very good. But it's
he's the man in the cellar.
That's right. Yeah, the sort of guy with a shotgun, and he's just crazy, and he wants to just kill them all.
And Dakota Fanning, is that the young girl in it? It is, isn't it?
I
recall. Is it
Dakota Fanning? Yes.
Yeah. So, because I'm a big fan of the original. I mean, I like that one. I like it. I'm a big fan of the original film. I've read the book years and years ago, not for a long time. Now there was a TV series in the 1980s that followed on from the film, the 1950s film. It utilised the same designs for the spaceships and all this sort of a thing, and it lasted 2 seasons. The first season, one of the main stars was the fella from Predator, the one who gets crushed by the falling log.
Then
they have to carry him. Yeah, they have to carry him out of the woods, but then he gets shot while he's around Arnie's shoulder.
The one with the glasses?
No, not the one with glasses. That was the geezer who directed The Predator.
Shane Black.
Yeah, Shane Black. It was later on. He lasts till the end of the film almost.
Yeah.
He's one of the last people to get killed. I think he is the last soldier to get killed. The last one left alive. Not Arnie. And then the second season had an actor in it called Adrian Paul, who played the Highlander, and Duncan MacLeod in the Highlander TV series. He replaced Thingy as the main character in it. I used to remember watching it late at night It used to be on recording. It was on very late at night, as I recall. But you're right. There has been a couple of TV versions done, and I think the last one, which was a BBC version,
Wasn't very good. Yeah.
no, it felt like I was watching something that was heavily edited. It had
Mm.
huge scenes cut out of it, and it didn't have a narrative flow to it. But no, a wonderful film. I haven't watched it. I do have 4K of it, and I haven't watched it. I need to watch it.
The other thing that Jeff Wayne, the sound, the album, that's fantastic as well. Narration by Richard Burton.
Yes, that is.
I'd highly recommend listening to that because it's fantastic music, and he tells the story about about War of the Worlds. It's really, really good. And there was a stage production
in the front room. Sorry,
there was a stage production of that, wasn't there, a couple of years ago?
The musical side of it, yes.
And I think somebody told me that Liam Neeson, they digitally projected him like a holograph of Liam Neeson on the stage. He was like the narrator of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Supposed to be very impressive to go and see.
No, that's right. So let's go to Luke Films unboxings. What are your thoughts of that film, Luke?
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good film. I like the Tom Cruise movie and definitely the original.
Cool. Have you ever seen any of the TV series versions that have been done?
No. But I did see that Liam Neeson thing. I did see that.
Okay. You went to the stage show, did you?
That was awesome.
Oh, cool. Have you got the soundtrack?
No.
Yeah,
but I've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's worth picking up. I probably might pick that up on CD actually, because it's wonderful to listen to.
Yeah, I do have that Richard Burton one. I think it's in a cupboard down there in front room somewhere. So, Luke and Ryan, what are your thoughts on War of the Worlds? Is it something you've seen and enjoyed?
You go first.
Yeah, I liked the movie. I thought the movie was absolutely amazing. I like everything. I like all the movies that have Tom Cruise. I've seen the seasons as well. I'm good about because I see they're on Disney, aren't they as well? So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, them on Disney.
Not all of them.
Yeah, all of them are on there.
No.
All the seasons are on there. Because I watched the first, second, and third of the seasons, and I thought the third one's actually really good.
All right, I'll have to check them out. I didn't know they were on there.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Cool. So I didn't bring the film along because it's not for me. It's just for everyone else. Let's see where we're at. What film would you like to see come out?
What, like in the cinema?
I guess so. I don't know. It's very.
What are we looking forward to? Maybe coming out.
Maybe, yeah. Take it as you will.
I'm looking forward to the new Godzilla versus Kong movie.
Okay, good.
Is there another one coming out then?
They are
I
doing
think
one.
it is, yeah.
Are they?
The New Empire.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Flash, DC, the Flash movie. I think that looks amazing because you see Michael Keaton, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, totally. Luke, in Yeovil, is there a film you're looking forward to?
The new Insidious movie.
Okay. I've never been into Insidious personally. I think I've watched the first one. Is that what's the actor's name? Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Insidious looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's amazing.
Okay. I've only seen the first. Matt, anything you're looking forward to coming out? Or is there something you'd like to see come out? That's a very open question. You can interpret that however you wish.
I saw the trailer the other day for Oppenheimer. That looks quite interesting.
Yeah, it
Obviously,
does.
that's a Christopher Nolan film, so it's going to be quite, epic. That's all about the nuclear bomb, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that would be quite a good film. Yeah.
Is that the movie with Christopher, the Peaky Blinders?
yeah,
Cillian
Cillian
Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, obviously, the Flash as well. Dune Part 2. I wasn't blown away by the trailer. I'd like to see a second trailer. I didn't feel as pumped for like I did with the first film. So, but yeah, the Flash and Oppenheimer for me.
Okay, Oppenheimer. Yeah, Oppenheimer will be good. Interestingly, obviously, as we know, the
Back in a minute.
just a little bit of history. We know that the ship that carried the nuclear bomb. Now, let me start again with that. The only country to have ever used a nuclear bomb in wartime or any time on another nation is
America.
Right there. They dropped 2. You know where they dropped?
They dropped one on Hiroshima.
Yep.
And Nagasaki.
Well done. Well done. Do you know the name of the boat that took those bombs to the location where they were going to be?
I don't.
Okay, that was the USS Indianapolis. Which great story behind that.
Nicolas Cage film.
Worth looking out. Sorry?
Nicolas Cage film.
Nicolas Cage did make, it's a very cheap film. Thomas Jane was also in that as well, funnily enough.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, only a small part. And all right, do you know, Ryan? Do you know the name of the aeroplane that dropped the bomb?
Ooh. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Because I'm impressed that you knew Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember it.
Enola. The Enola.
Oh man! How can I forget?
Oh, I'll tell you, it was Enola Gay.
Yeah.
Which dropped the bomb. Now, when those bombs were dropped, they were actually dropped. They didn't hit ground zero. They didn't hit the ground and explode. They were set off in the atmosphere above, so the shock would come down and actually cause more damage that way. And I can't remember the fella's name, but there was one geezer who survived the first drop, Hiroshima, and he was there, and then he moved. He just fled the city and went to Nagasaki. And then about a week later, however many days it was, the second bomb was dropped. He survived that one as well.
Did he? Wow.
Yeah.
Be the luckiest man alive.
As we know, like with Chernobyl, after the Chernobyl disaster, that area was unlivable. It is still unlivable. Do you know how long people stayed clear of Nagasaki and Hiroshima for? How long that area remained unpopulated? Any ideas, anyone? Ryan?
No.
Any hazard a guess?
I'm gonna say no.
No, what? No, you can't guess, or?
No, I can't guess.
All right, okay. Any ideas, anyone? How long those areas remained unlivable for?
Oh, radiation.
Yeah,
No?
radiation. Yeah, but how long could people not live? Did people not live there for? Do we know?
Well, I thought it's probably still unlivable, a bit like Chernobyl.
Or since the disaster.
Half-life go on for thousands of years, don't they?
Yeah, I think like more than 2,000 years, and then it will be livable again.
Okay.
Because the radiation will just seep into the earth.
It never remained unlivable.
Unless the person's in a different position, because my phone's only on 12. Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. It never remained unlivable. People always lived there after.
Really?
Yeah, because no one knew the effects of radiation.
Oh, God.
They did do a TV show about Chernobyl, didn't they?
They did, yes. They did.
Are people still living there now?
What, in Nagasaki and Hiroshima? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one ever
Must be a
understood the
Very
you know.
high cancer rate there. Then, gosh.
No one knew. Just a little bit of history. I thought that was you know, why not?
Wow.
Just a little, you know, just deviate, and I'm very impressed with Ryan's knowledge there of
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Yep.
Superb.
Nice
So,
to know.
Nightcore Moon has asked the question. What part of the mask did you like? All answer. So everyone's got to give an answer to what's your favourite part of the Mask film.
I'll be back.
All right, brilliant. You didn't miss
Give me
nothing.
a second. Oh, what's going on?
We're just on this question. So considering this is Luke's favourite film, Luke, what's your favourite part of the Mask? What's your favourite scene in the Mask film?
I've got to say the scene where Jim Carrey looks in the mirror
Okay.
and he says a line in the movie.
Yep. What's that line he says?
The mask we wear, metaphorically speaking.
Okay, all right. Not the bit where he's in the mirror and he says it's
Not charging it for some reason.
PARTY. Why? Because I've got to.
That's another good scene, yeah.
Isn't he in the mirror in that scene?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's not my favourite scene. That's not my choice for favourite scene. So yours is the scene where he's in the mirror. So Luke and Ryan, are you all right there?
Yeah.
What's your favourite? Have you got a favourite scene in the film The Mask? Jim Carrey.
No, I haven't watched it.
I do.
Okay, go on.
Where he shouted his neighbour, I think.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I know the scene. Matt,
Pretty
do you
good one.
have a favourite scene in The Mask?
Not really. I've seen the film once, but it's not my kind of humour, really. It's quite zany and wacky humour, isn't it? That's not really my sort of humour. So yeah, no.
All right, fair enough. Mine is, I'm going to say, the Cameron Diaz introduction scene.
Yeah.
Which was her first movie as well. It was her very first movie, wasn't it? She was plucked from obscurity for that film. What Jim Carrey film is your favourite? Luke? Oh, it's The Mask, isn't it? We know that because it's your favourite film of all time. So it would be strange if it would be any other Jim Carrey movie, wouldn't it? Be a contradiction in terms. So Luke and Ryan, do you have favourite Jim Carrey film?
I have one. I like. This might be stupid. Sonic.
No, Sonic, that's fine. So yeah, it's not stupid.
No, you go on.
No, go on, right.
I like the Truman Show.
All right. Interesting
There
choice.
you go.
Oh. Matt, do you have a favourite Jim Carrey?
I'd probably say Bruce Almighty. That was fun.
Yeah.
Quite like that.
I don't know actually. It's a tough one.
You go here.
I don't know whether to say Dumb and Dumber or Ace Ventura. There we go. When watching Back to the Future, what was your favourite part? Anyone got a favourite part in Back to the Future?
I think in one of the movies when he comes back and realises that it's an alternate universe.
Okay, cool. Second one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You agree with that then, Luke? With
Yeah.
your brother? All right, cool. Luke, what's your favourite scene or part in Back to the Future?
Oh, my favourite scene. I don't know. I don't think I have a favourite scene. I think. I don't know. I'll bet the bit where they're in the restaurant. That's a good scene.
Okay, cool. Matt?
Probably the bit at the ball where he's playing the guitar and then he just goes zany with it.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
That's quite fun. Yeah.
I don't know what's my favourite scene in Back to the Future. Difficult one. I'm going to pass on that question. I ain't got one. Kel, this is Luke and Ryan's mother, says Universal Soldier, Dark Angel, and Rocky IV are her favourite Dolph films. Yeah, all very good. I forgot about Dark Angel, which was obviously titled I Come in Peace in other regions. I think we had it as Dark Angel. In America, it was called I Come in Peace. Have you all seen that one?
No.
Have you not? It's from the 80s, and it's about these aliens that come to Earth, humanoid, and they've got these pipes, and they stick them into the back of, I think they stick them into, is it in people's heads or in the back of their neck? It's been a while, and they suck stuff out, and then they use it to produce drugs for themselves on their planet or something like that. And Dolph Lundgren's a copper who gets involved, and yeah, it was an interesting film. It's a decent film. Dark Angel, I Come in Peace. Do you have a favourite Jurassic Park? Do you have a favourite Jurassic Park movie?
Number 1.
Bloody hell, these comments, sorry, are at 12:22. I'm so far behind. We're not going to get through all these comments. It's 12:22. Wow. Sorry, yeah, favourite Jurassic Park film from everyone.
Number 1.
Number 1.
What are you?
Mine's Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3, the third one.
Okay, yeah, cool. I actually watched the first 3 recently, and I've got to say the third one actually improved beyond the second one. I thought it was actually a better film than the second one. Yeah. Luke, you got a favourite JP film?
First one.
Yeah, I'd have to go with the first. But yeah, Jurassic Park 3 I was surprised. I was shocked and surprised that Jurassic Park 2 fell off for me.
Yeah.
Which is the Jurassic Park movie which stars Vince Vaughn and William H. Macy?
That's the second one, Lost World.
Yes, yeah. It's a good one.
Okay. Sorry, Matt, you saying?
No, it was nice to see the pterodactyls coming into it in the third film.
Yes.
If you hadn't really been teased in the previous. I think it was the end of the first one, wasn't it? They teased it.
Absolutely, yes. So Gareth here is from Video Tasties. Says,
Hey!
Hi, Gareth.
I found you despite you trying to ditch me by starting early. I don't know what he's on about. It was 10 till 12 and then moved from 12 to 2. What time did you think I was doing it? I'm a big fan of Doctor Who. Which Doctor was your favourite? Mine was the 10th. David Tennant. Is that the 10th? Yeah, that's my favourite Doctor.
Yeah, David Tennant is amazing.
I like Matt Smith,
Yeah, Matt Smith, yeah.
the 11th.
Cool.
Isn't Matt Smith just a younger version of 10th?
No.
No.
I thought it was. I thought it was
No.
revealed.
He's a completely different. Well, he's the 10th, 11th incarnation. So, we've got,
You changed, David Tennant changed.
so Luke, do you watch Doctor Who?
Yes. I like the Matt Smith one because that's the first Doctor Who I ever watched. The Matt Smith ones.
Fair enough. Matt, you got a favourite?
Yeah, I mean David Tennant. Although I thought Christopher Eccleston was quite good. But yeah, Tennant definitely.
Eccleston was good. Marvel or DC? Marvel.
DC.
Luke?
Both.
Yeah.
No,
It's a hard question.
I'm going to have to start skipping some comments. This is a question for all your guests, says Ian. Do you watch any old films from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s and 70s? Is it something you just don't consider? Decent question. How far back do you venture with films? Where do you stop? Where do you think this era is too old for me now?
I think the era which is too old for me is 60s. 70s, 80s, 90s is fine. But I think 60s is going too far back.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Cool. Luke in Yeovil, what about yourself? How far is too far?
1920s.
Okay, so you watch films from the 30s, 40s and all that?
Yeah.
Big
Cool.
Lauren Hardy fan, didn't he? You can
Yes.
see a lot of Lauren Hardy
Yeah.
behind you.
That's right. Matt, yourself?
Yeah, I mean, that era, what was it? Lauren Hardy was the 30s and 40s.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Harold
started in the
Lloyd.
1930s.
Yeah, Harold Lloyd. I can remember watching that when I was younger on BBC Two.
Yeah.
The old Sherlock Holmes films starring Basil Rathbone. I used to love watching those. They were sort of
Charlie Chaplin.
yeah, Chaplin not so much. I did watch a little bit, but Lauren Hardy for me was my favourite. And Harold Lloyd I liked. Buster Keaton I wasn't that keen on. But yeah, you know, I watched silent films. I haven't watched any for many, many years, but yeah, there's a certain nostalgia behind them, isn't there? So
Yeah. It depends for me on what it is. I mean, I don't mind revisiting a lot of the old, sci-fi stuff from those sort of eras, going back as far as I picked up Metropolis a little while ago. The German film. Harold Lloyd, I always preferred over Lauren Hardy. I'd consider getting the Harold Lloyds on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I've got things like Bilko as TV, Phil Silver's show.
yeah, that was good.
DVD. I don't often venture back.
George Formby's good.
What is?
George Formby,
George
yeah.
Formby.
Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello were good. Charlie Chaplin I was never a fan of. Charlie Chaplin was actually born about 3 miles from where I am.
Oh wow.
He was born on Walworth Road, which is a road that leads up to a place called Elephant and Castle. And there's actually a sign on the side of one of the buildings where he was born.
I have to go now because my phone's only on 4%.
Oh, can't you charge it?
No, because not. But I'll talk to you all soon. Okay.
Okay, mate. All right. Is there anyone watching? Make sure you go and sub to Luke. It's been great
Thank you.
having
You
you on YouTube.
enjoy.
Thanks for having us on.
That's all right. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
That's a shame. Luke and his brother's gone. So that leaves. Then there were 3. There was 3 of us.
Three Musketeers.
Yes. So that was good. Hopefully they can join us again sometime. Kel, if you're watching, yeah, good stuff. So where were we at? 60s, 70s. Yeah, it depends on what it is, really. I like revisiting a lot of that old sci-fi stuff from like the 50s and that, them with the giant ants. All those sort of movies. And also, obviously, I go back to, the early Draculas, Frankensteins.
Yeah, all the Hammer stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, it depends on what it is. So, Nightcore Moon says, what do you think about horror films like Chucky and Ghostface? I like the Chuckies. I don't particularly like Screams. Again, it's subjective, isn't it, to what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah,
Luke,
for me,
sorry, go on, Matt.
I was gonna say for me, I didn't really ever get into Chucky. Yeah, Scream. You've seen one, you've seen them all. Really, it's just the rinse and repeat, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But I know people love them, but yeah, not really for me.
What about yourself, Luke?
Yeah, I like all those films, including the Nightmare on Elm Street films.
Yeah, I enjoy those. Cool. Do you
Yeah,
collect
they're
them?
good.
Do you collect them as well on physical media?
Yep, I've got a Blu-ray collection, all of them.
Cool. Kel says I love Marvel, but I love Chris Nolan Batman films and the Joker. Yeah. Chris Nolan films. The Joker was good as well. But like I've always said, for me, each time I watch it, I like it less and less as the Joker, but more and more as a film. About a man's journey through insanity.
Be intrigued to see the sequel and how that plays out. Obviously, with that,
Heath Ledger did a great Joker.
he did.
He did indeed. But then, to be fair, Nicholson was a great Joker.
Jack
He was.
Nicholson. Yeah.
Ledger was. Joaquin Phoenix, wherever you pronounce his name, is a great. Joaquin Phoenix is a great Joker. The kid that played the Joker in Gotham, the TV series, he was pretty damn good as well. It's funny, you'd think this would be a character that not many people could immortalize, especially after you've had these performances that, do you know what I mean, Oscar worthy, but yet, obviously, Thingy wasn't. What's his name from Suicide Squad?
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Although the version that we saw in Zack Snyder's Justice League was a definite improvement. It looked a lot darker, didn't it?
No, that's right. Yes. Absolutely.
They did a great job on the cut of that film.
More of that. Right.
So what do you think about Loki from Marvel? He is my fave, says Nightcore Moon. Loki's good. I enjoy Loki as an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
Luke, you like him?
Yeah, they did a lot of twists in that TV show, the Loki TV show.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've only watched it once, to be honest.
Coming back, isn't it? Season 2 coming?
Yes, at some point. So Retro Girl says, what's the oldest movie you own?
Probably say Casablanca.
What year was that? I'm going to have a look.
Probably 50s, late 50s.
Casablanca film. Casablanca was 1943.
Oh, well, there you go. 1943. Yeah.
Luke, what's the oldest film you own? Do you know?
Well, I think it would be Boots.
Is what, sorry?
Boots. It's a George Formby film that came out in 1917.
Oh, okay. Well, going back a bit. All right.
Yeah.
Was that a silent film? Just 1917?
No, it's a talking film.
Oh, wow. So when did silent films, or when did talking films start then?
I don't know.
Because 1917, I would have thought that was in the heyday of silent films.
It could be in the 1920s.
The 20s or 30s talkies came in, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Metropolis is my oldest, I think. Fritz Lang's Metropolis. That was 1927. The German film.
Right, I'm just looking it up.
Oh, Matt's looking it up. All right, he's looking. And what was your film? What was it called, Luke? That film?
Boots.
Boots.
1927 was the first feature film originally presented as a talkie, although it only had a limited sound sequence, and it was The Jazz Singer. October the 6th, 1927.
Yeah, so Boots was actually 1934.
Yeah, that sounds more like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fritz Lang's Metropolis was 27. I've got that. Yeah. That's my oldest. And then obviously Dracula, the original Dracula, 1931, would probably be my second oldest.
That Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Classic.
So Nightcore Phase, this is one of your mates, isn't it? Luke says, I've got quite a few DVDs, but first Blu-ray I own is Avengers Infinity War. My friend Nightcore Moon gifted it to me. Nice.
Maybe.
I don't want to be horrible to your friends, Luke, but Nightcore, I need to move on in the comments. Nightcore Moon and Nightcore Phase has put so many comments in that I'm not going to be able to get to them. I've got to skip over some of theirs, and it's nothing personal with that, but let's just jump ahead. I'm not going to be able to get through all these comments. Have you watched any foreign language films? So do subtitles put you off? Do you prefer them dubbed? Is it something you would consider if you don't? Says Ian. Luke, how are you with foreign language movies?
Foreign language movies?
Yeah,
yeah, very good. Very good. There is one language movie that's really good. It's I think Guillermo del Toro's The Orphanage.
Right.
That's a really good film.
What language is that?
Oh,
Putting you on the spot.
I don't remember, but it is really good.
Yeah, I've not seen it. Have you watched any of the Norwegian films, disaster films? The Wave and what's the other one? What's the other one, AJ?
Quake.
The Quake.
Yes.
They're really good films. Certainly, well, The Quake for me is actually a little bit better than The Wave, but it follows a family. It's all in Norwegian language, but really, really good films. Yeah, I'd highly recommend those. They give the sort of Hollywood disaster movies a run for the money.
They do.
Might give them a go.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're sort of based in fact as well.
Yeah.
As in these disasters did occur before, or a similar disaster in that same area, and it's kind of like a worst case scenario again if it was to occur again. Also, The Burning Sea was a good one. The Norwegian one, The Burning Sea.
That's on the oil rig. I haven't seen that one.
That's right. Yeah, that's worth a watch. There's some, films like Parasite. I think that's Korean, isn't it? Last Train to Busan, fantastic film.
Zombie movie.
The war one that just came out, my favourite of last year, and it's German.
Yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front.
I watched TV series in Korean as well. Squid Games. I watched that. I've got no subtitles. Don't put me off at all.
Is Troll a film? Troll.
Yes, that's a Norwegian movie.
Yeah. That's a good
nice lenticular cover, that one, isn't it?
That's Troll Hunter.
Oh, that's Norwegian as well, though, isn't it?
Yes, and then you've got Troll.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, Troll Hunter and then Troll. So Nightcore Moon says, out of every... Oh, sorry, I've lost it. I've lost where that comment... Oh, we go. Out of every film that you own, what would you take if it was the end of the world?
A bit like Desert Island Disc.
Sort of, but if it was the end of the world, then I wouldn't be taking anything with me. It'd be the end of the world. So, yeah. So what film, if out of all your films, what film would you take with you if you had to save one? If you had to choose only one film for the rest of your life that you could watch, what would it be?
And it can't be your favourite film. It's got to be something else.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. Empire Strikes Back. There we go.
No. Luke, you got one?
Can it be a box set?
Ooh.
No, that's cheating now. Come on.
One film.
You can choose one film from that box set.
I don't know. That's a tricky question.
It is.
What was the box set? What was the box set you was going to say?
I would say James Bond.
Ooh.
Okay. But then what one was that box set? You must have a favourite Bond film. Like, see, if I said James Bond, I'd say I'll take License to Kill.
Good film.
It's my
I'll
favourite
take
Bond.
Casino Royale.
Dr.
Daniel
No?
Craig one. not the spoof.
You take Doctor No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who's your favourite Bond actor, Luke?
Favorite Bond actor? Oh, Sean Connery.
Yeah. No, he was very good. He was the first. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. I don't know what film I'd take if it was. If I can't take Jaws, what would I take? I got no idea. I don't know. Army of Darkness. What's your favourite Batman actor and trilogy?
Oh.
Well, my favourite trilogy is the Nolan trilogy, but my favourite actor is a tough one. It'd be, I don't know. I'd say Keaton probably, but I like Ben Affleck as well.
Mm.
But I like Chris Bale.
I think Ben Affleck is the best interpretation of Bruce Wayne that I've seen, whereas I think Michael Keaton is a fantastic balance between the two. He's good as Bruce Wayne, but he's a great Batman as well. So yeah, I'd probably agree with you. I think Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Do you have one, Luke? Favorite Batman actor and trilogy?
Adam West or Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton.
All right, cool.
Not Val Kilmer.
Yeah. I'll take George Clooney over Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
My battery's on literally 3%.
Is it?
Oh, your battery's going as well, is it?
Or are you going to die? Are you going to jump out? Or what?
I don't want to.
All right, it will go until it dies. And when it dies, me and Matt will just wrap up. But if you do die, it's been great having you on. Anyone watching, make sure you go and sub to Luke and Luke. Their links are in the title above. But let's move on. Nightcore Face says, which movie trilogy do you think should stop now? So, a movie trilogy you think shouldn't go any further? And just say, look, just keep it.
Back to the Future.
Well, I've got to go, AJ and Matt, all right?
All right, mate. Take it easy.
Cheers, Luke. Thanks a lot.
For coming in.
All right, it's been good. Thank you.
Yeah, come again sometime.
All right.
Make sure you go and sub to these folks, people. All right. Hey, Matt. Then there was two.
And there was two, yeah.
All right. So Dr. Otto Octavius says Spider-Man Tom Holland is apparently getting dropped because of Miss Marvel actor. Now I know what you're talking about. I've read the title of that, and you've misinterpreted it in what they've said. What they've said is that Spider-Man Tom Holland is no longer gonna be the youngest character in the Marvel universe. It's going to be the character from Miss Marvel, the young girl. I forget her name. Something Khan, is it? Anyway, but basically what they're saying is that Tom Holland as a character has matured enough that he's now no longer the child of the MCU like he was. That place is going to be overtaken by her. That's not saying Tom Holland is dropped to Spider-Man or dropped in the MCU. He's still going to be there. But he's now matured beyond his younger days. And he's now going to be more adult and grown up. And the young character is going to be played by her. That's all that's saying. It ain't, and I will admit that the title to the video that you probably watched or the heading that you saw led you to believe what you're saying. Movie Mad says, hi, folks. I'm going to have to rush through these now, Max. We've only got 11 minutes. So, 4K Michelin Star says hello. Renfield. Matt ain't seen it. I didn't like it. I thought it was rubbish. 4K Michelin Stars. Hello there. 4K Michelin says Nicholas Hoult has no physical presence about him, similar in the way Tom Holland was with Spider-Man. I agree Nicholas Hoult is, he's very flat on screen. And Tom Holland, I liked as Spider-Man at first, but then he bored me quick.
I think Peter Parker was good. I thought he was a good Peter Parker because he's quite young, and he fitted that, obviously fit. But yeah, I'm not so sure about the Spider-Man side. I think, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What's his face? I can't remember his name.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to scroll through the because the comments I'm reading now are at 12:40. This was an hour and 10 minutes ago, so you can imagine below that. So I want to scroll through, and anyone who I haven't
pick out
from, I will pick out. Here's a quick one: 4K Michelin star. I know we've just done one. Happy Gilmore or Wedding Singer? Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, that rings a bell, but can't think off the top of my head.
Hercules is the best Disney film for retro girls. Cal loves Snow White. Nightcore got a Fast and Furious box set for his birthday. Adrian James, good afternoon. AJ, mate, happy Sunday. Hello. Adrian, hope you're well. War of the Worlds is a brilliant film, says Kel. Kel says, have you seen The Medusa Touch with Richard Burton in it?
Many years ago, yeah. Good film.
Long time. Afternoon, AJ and crew. Finally saw Marvel Guardians 1 and 2. Actually didn't mind them. Thought the third film was better. Okay. It's a good trilogy of films. It's a good trilogy. Sorry, I am rushing through now. I saw Missing yesterday at my local cinema. I enjoyed it. Have any of you seen it yet? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? No, I've not seen the film Missing. But I did like your Aliens review. And Alien. Well done for those reviews. Nicely edited as well. Have you ever heard of a show called Lost Girl? Yes, but I never watched it. He is probably used to Illuminati. Kermit's Ghost. Hiya, Alan. How are you doing? I've got no... I don't know what that's about. Sorry.
You can visit it.
Yes, it is. Truman Show would be my favourite choice of Jim Carrey.
Well, I've not seen that.
Not a fan of Buster Keaton, Matt. Shame on you. Joshua Gaming says hi. Hi, Joshua. Boots is 1934. Kieran Nelson says hi. Thank you for pointing that out to me. That bit about Disney CEO and them, taking stuff down. When Iron Man dies, Kel gets upset. Black Widow and Hawkeye too. The Iron Man one didn't affect me, really.
Yeah,
but
it's an emotional film, isn't it?
Yeah, the Captain America ending did though, because I had more affinity with that character. Spanish.
There is rumours that he might be coming back, isn't there?
Who, Chris Evans?
Yeah.
As
Captain America.
As Captain America, or as I have heard rumours about them doing Nomad, a film set during his time when he, or a series. Actually, I heard rumours of a series. Them talking about a series on Disney Plus, and it's set during the Infinity War time when he had the beard.
Okay.
That era when he was after Iron Man, after Captain America 3, when he
during the snap.
No, before the snap, when he gave up the mantle of being Captain America.
Okay.
When he stepped away, he left the shield with Iron Man at the end of Thingy 3, and then you didn't see him again until Infinity War with the beard. That was his Nomad phase, which was a phase. There's a comic character called Nomad, and Captain America was Nomad at one point. What do you think of James Bond: No Time to Die? I haven't watched it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very divisive film, but it works in the whole story arc of that particular Bond. It's brave. It's a brave thing to do.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Sorry, the Illuminated Man was referencing the guy who survived 2 nuclear drops. Yes, I've never called that before.
The Illuminated Man.
So yeah, so that's all right. The comments. I'm not gonna do any more comments now. That's it at the end of the comments anyway. Thankfully, so thank you everyone for watching. Obviously, go and sub to Luke and Luke, whose links are in the description, not in the description, in the title for the film. Been great having them on. Shame they dropped out. Luke's brother as well, Ryan. Yeah. Matt, any final thoughts? What have you got upcoming? What can we look forward to? Anything?
Well, for me, yeah, I mean, I'm continuing my MCU collection of videos every fortnight, I think it is. Yeah, there should hopefully be a car boot video coming out later today. Unboxing, I think, next week as well. There'll be a few unboxings coming over the next week or so. And then next weekend, there won't be a live stream on my channel, which would normally be, because I'm actually away. But I have AJ and myself have pre-recorded a podcast, which will be going up probably on Saturday. So yeah, please tune into that, where we discuss an interesting subject around physical media. It's about an hour and 3/4 long. So yeah, as I say, we thought we'd give a podcast out, give it a go.
Yes, we did.
And yeah, it was good. It was a good discussion around it. So yeah, look out for that next weekend.
I will say that in your stead, I do have a live for next week planned.
Okay.
That's the one with Trevor and Double Bill and Bumper.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're going to be talking about the banning of Well, I want to talk about the banning of movies and the editing of movies, whether films should be cut, edited, whether they shouldn't be, whether films should be banned, and things like that. And I think that they're two individuals that'd be good to have that with. Now, obviously, in Matt's stead, if there's anyone else who would like to form that, make a fourth person in that chat, let me know. It'll be quite an interesting talk. But other than that, I'll say goodbye. And obviously, like I said, once again, go and sub to Matt, obviously, go and sub to Luke in Yeovil, go and sub to Luke and his younger brother Ryan. And why not? And we shall see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the questions. Take care all, and goodbye.
Bye.